doing today? My name's Eric. As always, I want to thank you for coming by and check out my video today. On this episode of Smo'King, I'm going to show you how to make sous vide garlic parmesan chicken wings. Now, one of my favorite snacks is a good chicken wing. But when you cook them traditionally, either in the oven or on the barbecue, you really run the risk of overcooking them, or especially if you try to smoke them where the skin is just rubbery. You really need crisp skin. So by sous vide cooking these first, you're going to guarantee that the chicken wing is cooked perfectly, and then we're just going to fry them for 2-3 minutes in some oil on the stove top, and then we're going to mix it in a homemade garlic parmesan sauce. It's going to be absolutely delicious. And of course, you know me, I need some blue cheese dressing to dip my wings in, so I'm going to make a homemade blue cheese dressing as well to dip these wings in. It's going to be absolutely delicious. So stick around, guys. I'm going to show you how to do this step by step. Let's get cooking. Alright, so I have just over 4.5 pounds of chicken wings. Reason I'm doing this today is because today is actually Super Bowl Sunday, and what goes better than a snack food watching some football than some chicken wings. But these are pretty frozen. I did rinse them under cold water, but they're still very frozen. So I might cook them a little bit longer sous vide to allow for them to cook a little bit longer. So I'm not gonna go crazy with the seasonings. You know me, I'm pretty simplistic. I'm just gonna sprinkle these with some kosher salt, both sides, and I'm just gonna let them sit on my counter here while I heat up my sous vide bath. Use hot tap water out of your sink, because we got to get the sous vide bath cooked, heated up to 165 degrees, which usually gonna take your machine a little bit of time to get there. So before you get too crazy making the sauces, we're making the Parmesan garlic sauce, and we're gonna make the blue cheese dressing. And while we're doing that, we'll have our sous vide bath warming up. Alright guys, just like that, I'm going to flip them over, salt the other side. We'll be back in a second. I'll show you how to make the sauces. Be back in a minute. Alright, so first we're going to make that wing sauce. So what we have here, we have around 4 to 5 garlic cloves. These are very small, so there's a few extra in there. I got a handful of Italian parsley, and then I have some fresh Parmesan cheese, which we're going to grate around 1.5 ounces. So let me get this all chopped up. Be back in a minute. Alright, so this garlic parmesan sauce is super easy. We're going to start off with around 2 ounces of fresh Parmesan. I would certainly recommend getting the fresh, and you want it nice and powdery like this so it'll coat the wings nice, okay? To that, we're adding around 5 garlic cloves that I've chopped up into very small pieces. Oh, it's very fragrant in here. Alright, and then we're going to add some Italian parsley that I also chopped up fine. Alright, now what we're going to do is mix this together. I'm going to put a cover on it and put it in the fridge. But this is what we're going to toss our wings in when they're done. The only thing we're going to add to this is some melted butter right before we're ready to toss the wings.
Guys, look at this.
I'm going to put a cover on it. I'll put it in the fridge. Next, we make the blue cheese sauce. Okay, be back in a second. All right, now that the garlic parmesan is in the fridge, next is the blue cheese dressing. Now, if you guys are pressed for time, go ahead and just buy the stuff in the bottle at the store. I just had these ingredients on hand, so I'm making it homemade. I think it tastes a lot better. So the first thing we're going to do before we get busy mixing is the blue cheese, okay? And what we want to do here is around 4.5 ounces, and sometimes you get it, it's a little chunky. So kind of just take a fork and just try to break those bigger chunks down into smaller pieces of blue cheese, okay? I think that'll work. So grab a little mixing bowl, and I'll leave all the measurements down in the video description, guys, so you don't have to grab a pen and worry about that. We're going to dump all that blue cheese in there. Scrape all that deliciousness. I love blue cheese. Monica and Kyle, they seem to like ranch a little bit better. Although Monica's coming coming around to enjoying the blue cheese once in a while. All right. To that, we're going to add 3/4 of a cup of sour cream. Okay, so we're going to pour that in there. Easier said than done. Just going to use a little spatula here. Now we're going to add 1/3 of a cup plus 3 tablespoons of mayo. I have around 1½ teaspoon of Dijon mustard. I have 3 tablespoons of olive oil. Now we're going to squeeze some lemon juice in here. Try to prevent it from getting those seeds. We're going to add just a little bit of salt and a little bit of fine black pepper. All right. I'm going to give this a good stir. Get everything incorporated. I like to make this ahead because if it sits in the fridge for a few hours, the flavors all seem to meld together. And you know, adjust accordingly. If you like more blue cheese, put more blue cheese. I like this. This is kind of a thick sauce. I'm just going to let it sit in the fridge for an hour or two, and then I'll taste it, and we'll go from there. All right, so that's it, guys. We're just going to put a cover on it. I'll stick it in the fridge next to the garlic parmesan sauce, and next, let's get those chicken wings into the sous vide bath. Be back in a minute. All right, so I put the salted wings in 2 Ziploc 1-gallon freezer bags. I just wanted to allow enough room to have that water circulate. Now these did sit out for around 20-25 minutes when I made the 2 sauces, but they are still pretty cold. Normally I would cook this for an hour. I think I'm gonna go around an hour and a half just to make sure. Yeah, my sous vide bath is heated up to 165. Let's throw them in. All right, my sous vide bath is 165 degrees. Now this is a pretty high cook for sous vide. Usually you're anywhere from, you know, 125 to maybe 140. This is 165. Make sure you put something underneath your container because at this temperature it could cause your countertop to crack or discolor, who knows what. So I got these little cork things underneath here just to kind of make sure I don't have any issues. All right, so since I have 2 in here, I kind of squeezed the air out as best I could out of each bag, kind of seal them off, and now I'm going to try to just gently, what they call the water displacement method. Now you can vacuum seal these too, but for such a short cook, I don't think it's necessary. Push it under the water, try to squeeze all that air out, that one last bit, and seal her up. And I'm just going to clip her here, like so. Just want to make sure everything stays underneath the water line. All right, let's do the same thing here. Oh, it's hot. 165 is very hot. Normally, if I'm doing a steak or something, it's 135. It's not that hot that I can't stick my finger in there, but man, whoo, it's hot. Okay, squeeze that excess air out. All right. So, to make sure it stays under the water line, I usually use some kind of kitchen utensil. I think I'll use these tongs right here. I also got a very heavy duty Grillaholic spatula. I think I might just put it this way too. My only concern here, like I said, with sous vide cooking, always make sure it stays under the water line. All right. Once this climbs up again to 165, I'll start the timer. We'll give it an hour, let's say an hour and 20 minutes. We'll be back. All right, since we have some time, I'm gonna have a drink. Now, besides my normal beer review, I'm having a brandy old fashioned. This is kind of like the Wisconsin drink of choice when you go to a supper club, an old fashioned. I've made a video actually when I got my sign up there in the top right corner where I made an old fashioned. I'll leave a link below if you want to check it out. But I noticed this company called Drink Wisconsinability have them already pre-made in a can. So I thought I'd give this a shot. I'm sure it's not as good as when I make it homemade. But hey, I'll give it a shot. This is my daughter, Ava Grace,
Hi.
and my son, Kyle.
Hello.
Ava Grace is going to have Snapple Zero Sugar Snapple Apple. So that's what Ava Grace is having.
Apple.
And then Kyle's having something. We saw it at the store. This is by Hop and Barrel Brewing Company. Let's see. It's called Butter Beer Soda. I have no idea what this is. This is from, let's see, Hop and Barrel Brewing Company, Hudson, Wisconsin. So that's what Kyle's having. All right. I put a little ice in your glass there, Kyle.
I feel like I vaguely remember hearing that butterbeer was like the Harry Potter drink, but I don't.
Yeah, I think
I've never read the series, so I don't know.
I don't know if it's Disneyland or where they have a
Universal, I think.
Or maybe it's Universal where they have a Harry Potter land, and I know they serve butterbeer like in big frosty mugs. I've never had it. I mean, but it's a kid-friendly beer. It comes in a big frosted mug, so I have no idea.
My fingers are so cold from the I can't open this because my fingers are like, oh, my nails are snap off.
There you go.
Thank you.
All right, and this should be interesting, guys. An old-fashioned cocktail in a can. I put a little ice in here. Let's just give it a second here. So what I wonder is if you kind of took an orange and a cherry, kind of stuck it in here, if this could actually fool someone to think this was like a handmade cocktail.
Looks like one.
Yeah, kind of. I'll give it a stir. Anyway, it's worth a shot. I've seen it. I thought that's kind of cool. You can buy cans of brandy old fashioned. All right. Anyway, thanks again for joining us, guys. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers to our viewers. Thanks again for stopping by. Let's give it a sample, see what everyone thinks. Actually, it's not that bad. Oh, I can definitely taste it's got some brandy in it. Not as good as if you get a fresh one made at a supper club or even one that I can make here. And if you're curious, guys, like I said, I'll leave a link up below where I made this. I've come to really like these brandy old fashions since moving to Wisconsin. And let's see, what is this? 7% alcohol. It says on here, cheese curds not included. That's another kind of Wisconsin thing. All right, Ava Grace, tell everyone about your Zero Apple Snapple.
So, I tasted there's a lot of sweet in this, and it tastes very appley, but I really like this.
Okay.
And this is something I definitely would recommend to some of you guys because this is really good.
All right, well there you go. I like Snapple. I love their peach iced tea, but I've never tried some of their zero sugar. But that's probably what I would have if they have like a zero or low calorie peach tea, because I just can't handle all the sugar.
We did when we moved here, actually.
Do they have a diet?
Yeah,
peach tea?
we picked up like probably like 8 or 10 of them or something.
Oh yeah, I think we picked some up at Sam's Club.
Yeah.
All right, and like this one, I'll be done with this drink because this has got real sugar and stuff in it. I'll be done for the day as far as sugary drinks. I can't take it. But all right, how does butterbeer taste like, Kyle?
To me, it's like a very thick drink. It almost tastes like, I want to say caramel or maybe like toffee or something. Like, it's a very strong flavor.
Like toffee? Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's like, I want to say caramel probably is the best way to describe it.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
I think I've had it maybe once or twice before, but I've never had this brand, and this one's very good.
Okay, well, there you go, man. I've never even heard of butterbeer. Well, I shouldn't say I haven't heard of it. I've heard of it. I've just never tried it. I didn't really know what it is. So it's more like a butterscotch kind of syrupy.
Yeah, that's probably a better
Butterscotch beer.
Yeah, like
I guess butter.
Yeah.
Butter for butterscotch.
I haven't had butterscotch in so long. I didn't even think of that.
All right, we're gonna enjoy our drinks. The Super Bowl is just about to start. They're doing the coin flip. I'm going to watch a little bit of the game, enjoy my brandy old fashioned, and then, yeah, in around an hour or so, we'll take those wings out, do the next step. In the meantime, cheers, guys. Cheers.
Cheers.
I'll meet you guys upstairs in a little bit when those wings are done cooking in the sous vide bath. We'll see you. Welcome back, guys. It's actually been around an hour. It's approaching an hour and 45 minutes. I got distracted watching the game. But that's the great thing about sous vide. And you know what? I don't think it's going to hurt in this case because these wings were still a little bit kind of on the frozen side. I mean, not completely. But that's all we need. It's been around an hour and 45 minutes. Alright. We're going to take these out. I'm going to dry them off with paper towels and put them on a rack. And I'll kind of show you that next step in just a second. But there we go, guys. Alright, guys, here we are. I've already dried off one batch. I put them on this wire rack. I'm going to dry off the second batch here. Just kind of grab them, just kind of pat them dry. And the reason I'm putting them on this wire rack is because I want some air to circulate and kind of dry these off. Because when we fry them in oil, we want them to be as dry as possible. Which is pretty much every time you sous vide, but especially in this case. So I'm just going to dry off these individual pieces. All right, here they are. They've been in the fridge probably for around a half hour. Some people recommend like keeping them in the fridge overnight. Sous vide cook them the day before just to let that skin dry out. And they've really dried out quite a bit. So I'm just going to let them come kind of slowly up to room temperature while I heat up some oil to around 400 degrees. So I'm heating up some oil on the stove top. We're trying to get between 375 and 400 degrees. I'm using a Dutch oven just because I like the sides in case things splatter. Let's see where we're at. Yeah, okay, right there. It's still climbing. Okay, stopping. Yeah, we want between 375 and 400, so this is perfect. Let me get the chicken wings. We'll start to fry them up. All right, we're gonna start to drop the pieces of chicken in this. Woo. Don't crowd it. Maybe 6 or 7 pieces at a time, depending on the size of your pot. Alright, I think that's fine. We'll let this go, like I said, maybe like 2 to 3 minutes. We'll pull them out. We'll continue to cook these in batches. This is going to make that skin extra crispy. Man, I'm looking forward to this. Be back in a minute. Let's check the temperature again real quick. Alright, yeah, between 375 and 400, we're at 385. Not quite 400, but that's fine. And let's take a look here. It's been another 45 seconds or so. Alright, I'm going to take them out here, put them on a plate with some paper towels, just kind of soak up that grease. And look, some pieces are going to take longer than others. But there you go, guys. Not very complicated. Give them a few minutes. Take them out when you think they're ready. Dry them off. When these are done, we will toss them in that garlic parmesan sauce. Man, I'm looking forward to this. All right, here's the garlic parmesan mixture that's been covered in the fridge. I got 6 tablespoons of melted butter we're going to add on top. We're just going to stir this in, and this is what we're going to toss those wings in. Oh yeah, need a little moisture to help it stick to those wings. Oh, it smells so good. Look at this, guys. Alright, let's get those wings out, get them coated. Be back in a second. Here are the wings. Here's that garlic parmesan mixture here. We're just going to pour this on top of the wings. I think this is one of my favorite flavors for wings. I know that everyone likes that Frank's hot sauce. That's not for me. Too vinegary. I don't like it. Alright. Now we're just going to try to mix everything. Easier said than done. I'm just going to try to take the spoon, stir everything around a little bit. Guess I can shake it. That's probably how they do it. the professional chefs, but yeah, we'll just stir this around. Let me get that blue cheese dressing out as well. We'll give this a sample in just a second. Oh yeah, look at this, guys. All right, here we are, freshly tossed in that garlic parmesan. There's the homemade blue cheese dressing. We'll be back in a second to give this a sample. Welcome back. I'm here with my family, my wife Monica, my son Kyle.
Hello.
All right, you guys ready? What do you prefer, the flats or a drumstick? Oh, Kyle's going for a drumstick.
Yeah, let's grab this.
I don't care.
Grab something.
I'll go for saucy.
Oh, okay. I'll go for this one right here. Ooh, garlic parmesan. All right. Cheers. Let's give this a taste. Blue cheese and ranch.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Homemade
try it.
buttermilk ranch and then homemade blue cheese.
I'm gonna try a bite first without anything.
Okay. Well, that's good. I like the seasoning.
Oh yeah, that is good. Okay. Skin is nice and crispy. Okay, let's get in.
I'm not a big wings fan normally, so he's like, ah. But no, the seasoning though is what gets me. It's so good. A lot of
very
times I like wing seasonings. I just have a hard time with the texture of wings. So if I'm kind of like weird, that's what it is.
That's your ranch.
Oh, I like that. That's really good.
So, what do you think of the texture of the wings? Is it too
No, it's
fall off the bone or
to
not
me.
cooked enough?
No, I think
It's
this.
got a little bit of tension, but not too much.
You want to know my opinion? My opinion is that I like that it's not too fall off the bone. Because if you tried to fry it up and it was too fall off the bone, it would just be a mess. I think this has got moisture and texture, and it still holds together.
No,
So I
I
like
agree.
this. I like it. And the flavor of the stuff you put on is really good.
The garlic parmesan blend? What do you think, Al?
Very good.
I do like this a lot.
Yeah, I have to say, this is good. And not very hard, guys. You saw, you probably have all these ingredients already. I gotta get a little bit more
This
of
is
that blue
good.
cheese.
You could probably use this marinade on, or whatever it is, on a lot of things.
Oh yeah, pasta, shrimp. Even chicken, I think. As always, guys, I appreciate you stopping by. If you like the video, please hit the like button. This logo on my shirt is a logo on the bottom of the screen. If you click on that, it allows you to subscribe to my channel. Please do that.
And it tells you who he is.
Yeah, it really helps my channel grow. And I'll leave a link above and below to my website, ericsmokingbbq.com, where I have all my videos, photos, recipe notes, the whole thing. Thanks again for stopping by, guys. But I would definitely give this a try if you like wings.
And do go visit his site. It's got everything but his social security number.
Yeah, I don't want to put that on this one.
No. This is good. I approve.
All right, guys, we'll see you next time. Thanks for stopping by.
Bye.